Hey everyone, I'm back with another arty haul. This time is for the Holbein Acrylic Gouache. So this one is different type of gouache than I've shown you before. It is the one that has a polymer binder in it, so it's a little bit different from your regular gouache in terms of usability or rewettability. I don't even know if that's a word. It might be, but so the difference between this one and the other one that I showed you is that once this dries down, you cannot re-wet it and expect it to lift again. This will be more or less permanent. So I went ahead and because it's such a good deal and I couldn't pass it up, purchased the largest set that they have. And again, I went through the Art Supplies Japan website, and if I can remember, I'll put the link in the description box. I again took a look at the pricing on other websites here in the United States and even overseas to see if there would be a better price. And actually, most art stores don't even carry this large set. So this one is 109 colors. Okay. The largest set they had previously was 102. So they've added 7 colors to this particular set. So you have the entire range, and I'll explain why. I'll explain the difference. But I had seen this on the same website that I had bought my regular gouache from. And because they have a 10% additional coupon code, in addition to a reduction in price, this came out to a really great deal. Now, this site also is, what do you call it? The shipping is free over a certain amount, and this definitely meets that threshold with no problems because it is such a large set. So I didn't have to pay for shipping, but the only other thing that is included in that is the question mark is what's the tariff fee, right? We all know that in the United States now you're having to pay for that. I will tell you that on my last large purchase of the big gouache set from Holbein, through the same seller being delivered by FedEx, I have yet to receive a FedEx invoice saying I have to pay a tariff. And so I did calculate that because I believe for art supplies from made in Japan, not shipping from Japan, but made in Japan, because it's by the origin country of where it's made. For example, if you had a supply that was made in China, but it's a Japanese product and they ship it from Japan, they're going to charge you the tariff, not for the Japan tariff. They'd charge you for the China tariff, whatever that happens to be. So that's how you have to figure it out. So I added the 15% on top of the price of what I was already going to pay with my discounts, and it was still, I want to say, it was still about half of what the price is retail here for the 102 set, because the only other set that I could find that others would sell online is that 102 set. This is 109, so you're getting even more with the set. The price of the 102 set that I found was from Jackson's Art, and I think they have a website in the United States, so you don't have to pay tariff at that point because they'd be shipping it internally. I think it was somewhere around $600 for the 102 set. Okay. And I paid less than that for this 109 set. But again, I had to have it shipped from Japan. Now, just so that you know, ordering, it took from October 4th and was delivered on the 15th of October. So that was 8 business days. Japan is also one day ahead in terms of they're across the date line. So they're also one day ahead of us. So you can take that, give or take a day just so you know. So the shipping wasn't bad. It was a lot faster for my previous order, it feels like, but they'll probably end up about the same if you count just business days. So yeah, shipping is free because it's such a large set and it meets their threshold. And there was also a discount on top of the already discounted price for the set. So that's kind of takes care of the shipping. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. So with the set, oh, I didn't open the book. This one actually has not just the acrylic gouache in here. This also has information, not just the light fast information, but all the colors and then the pigments that are used in it. But it also has information on their line of gesso, their acrylic matte colors, and their acrylic paint. So, and mediums in here. So that's other information they've included in this booklet here. I'll keep this together. But here, there's two, it's one big box, but there's two layers of the box. So what you're seeing is the top layer, which is your reds, yellows, well, your regular flat colors, okay? These are all your flat colors. And there's some more in the next layer as well. I did check to see, there are some special collections they've done, like the Rebecca Green collaboration that they did with her. Those colors are in this set, in this 109 set. So I didn't have to buy an additional set. And these are 20 mil tubes, and they're in plastic tubes, not metal tubes. So this is your range of the colors for the first layer. And then I'm going to move this. And then you can see the bottom layer of the box. So part of what's included in here is there are several whites in here. There's 3 different whites. No, yeah, that's gray. 3 different whites, and there's 1, 2, 3 blacks. Okay. And I will probably just reorder this because the way that I look at color is just so, it is what it is, but you guys can determine how you'd want to order your colors. But I'm just taking that raw sienna. I'm going to put it up here with the browns because there's browns right up in here. These are all blacks now. So I would reorder them anyway to do my swatching. And that's what I will do before I actually do swatch. Lamp black, jet black, and super opaque black. I don't know what the difference is yet because I haven't swatched anything. These are all the whites. These right here are what they call the ash colors. So it's kind of a muted color here. So from what you're seeing, you can kind of tell, I hope. And then over here, some grays. These are all, not metallics, but they're your, gold, silver, bronze, pale gold. So there's 4 of those here. And then I've got metallics. So they start right here. This is a metallic. These are all metallics. There's even a metallic white. Interesting. And then what they've added is also like your primary mixing colors. Oh, there's another black. So yeah, I'd probably put this black in with this other set of blacks here when I'm reordering. So these are the primary mixing colors. They were not originally in the 102 set. They've added them in here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those included here. And then you also get 4 luminous colors. And I don't think, of course, these are, light fast. I'm not too worried about that because I don't really expect to sell my art at all. It's just more a hobby for me. And then there's this big spacer in here so that stuff doesn't slide back and forth. I will probably keep all of my gouache together in this big box to store, I think, unless I come up with a better way. I've seen some folks, like what they'll do is they'll take some paint from the tube and then just paint the top so that you can actually just tell what color it is. I don't know if I'll do that. I like that you can actually see the color names this way, and having it in this box lets you store it like vertically or horizontally, however you need to fit it in your studio. So I like that. What I'm going to do is I will not post this video until I actually do the swatching. So if you want to continue watching, you can see all the swatches of the colors together and how I've done my swatching. I think I've already shown you the swatch cards made up for this. So that's it for now, and I'll be right back. Bye. Hey everyone, so I'm back. I went ahead and swatched all of my new gouache colors, acrylic gouache colors, and put them in the book. So now you can see I've actually added tabs here. These are just some sticky tabs that I purchased from the office store, office supply store. So the first set is one I already showed you. This is the regular gouache. And then I put another one here for the acrylic gouache. The other, I guess the advantage of having the swatch book this way is that if I wanted to compare the colors that are in the acrylic gouache against those that are in the regular gouache line, I could just take it out like you just saw me do and open it up and compare, you know, the purple and reds and yellows against those that are in the regular gouache color series and see how that looks. So you can have a side-by-side comparison of them as opposed to having them in a bound book or journal where you're doing your swatches. This way I can actually do this and still keep it in a book together. So this, whoops, almost dropped it. This is actually the acrylic gouache here from Holbein. I swatched all 109 colors. That was a lot of work. And as with the regular gouache, this is the full color at the top part of the swatch, and then underneath it is adding water to it. That's not really what you do with acrylic gouache normally. In most cases, but that's what I've done here, so you can actually see the difference if how much lighter it looks. And you can also see the opacity. I did use I used a new pen. Well, actually, I used my old pen, which is this green Tom Studio Duo Lumos pen. This is filled with the Carbon Platinum black ink, which is waterproof. This has a 0.3 fine liner in it. And this one has a 0.2 fine liner in it. So I did get a new one. I don't know if you can see, this is the special edition red. It's a single, not a duo. And it goes from cherry, like a wild cherry red, to a pink on this end. It's an ombre effect. But I love having the fine liner point. So I thought it would be nice to have a second fine liner with a different tip in it. So this one has, I think it's the 0.2, or maybe it's the 0.1 fine liner in it. But it's really nice to have more than one available instead of using the other brands that I had, because those are not reliable. They don't always work for me. So I won't be replacing those anymore. I'll just re-ink these two pens here whenever I need a black fine liner. So back to the swatches again. Here are the colors for the first 40. You can see I started with the green here, and then down at the bottom is the other half, which is more greens. There's a nice selection here. And of course you don't need all these colors. You can mix them if you want. Since I'm just starting out with all of this, I figured I would have a problem, because if you've never worked with acrylic gouache, you have to be aware that it does dry faster. And once it's dry, you can't move it. You're not going to be able to do a whole lot with it, except for scrape it. And you don't want to be doing that on your piece that you're working on. So these are the blues and the browns. As with all of my swatches, I always start them with the purples and the pinks that go into the reds. I have always done that ever since I started with Copics. I do notice you can still see some of the brush strokes in it. They are there, not in all of them, but some of them, yeah. So that is the first swatch card, and then I have a second. So let me fold this back up and I will show you. The second swatch card actually has mostly metallics and your golds and silvers on it. Most of the flat colors are in this first set of 80 here. So I was able to sort of put them in an order that I'm comfortable with. And there was less than 40, of course. So this is the remaining set of the 109 that are on this card. And if I turn it to the side, you'll probably be able to see it better. This is a set of the ash colors. There was a yellow as well. It's on the previous card. And then you get into the grays here. There's 4 grays, and then there's 4 blacks, and 4 plain whites, and then you get into the metallics. These all 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. 10 of these colors that are sitting right here, they're all metallic. So you've got a few colors, and then you've got white, silver, and then these are gold, and then that's a bronze. And then you've got these fluorescents or luminous colors, as they call them. I would have liked to have had a blue here. Blue would have been perfect to have, so I'm going to have to figure out how I can get that. If there's something that I have similar in color to that, but because I plan on doing something with that color. So I wish I had gotten a blue in this, but maybe I'll just use one of my existing blues to see how bright I can get it. But those are the colors for the Holbein Acrylic Gouache. I purchased the large set, as I said in the earlier part of the video, and I hope you enjoyed that share. I don't know how useful it is for some folks, but, you know, it is what it is. So, yeah, I'm going to really enjoy, I think, having these colors available to me to just play around with. And, yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.